The Guardian's call. The message reached Earth on an ordinary Tuesday morning. Silence fell across mission control as the transmission played again, its meaning unmistakable despite the alien origin. A fleet was coming. Massive, unstoppable, and with clear intent. Humanity had just 72 hours before first contact. General Williams stared at the projection showing the incoming vessels, hundreds of them, arranged in perfect geometric formation, crossing the void between Mars and Earth with impossible speed. His weathered face betrayed no emotion, but the tight grip on his tablet told a different story. "Get me Captain Chen," he ordered, his voice cutting through the stunned silence of the room. Authorization code Phoenix Rising. In the depths of the Pacific Ocean, 30,000 feet below the surface where pressure crushed everything but humanity's most advanced materials, Captain Maya Chen received the call she had been preparing for her entire career. The submarine base Challenger Deep had existed officially on no record for 15 years, home to 300 of Earth's brightest minds and most skilled operators. And to the Guardian. "This is Chen," she answered, eyes fixed on the screen showing General Williams' grim expression. "It's time," he said simply. 72 hours. The threat is real." She nodded once, sharply. "We're ready." The call ended and Maya turned to face the enormous view screen that dominated the command center. With a few quick commands, the screen changed to show a massive hangar bay where hundreds of technicians swarmed around the most advanced weapon humanity had ever created. The Guardian was beautiful in a way only engineers could truly appreciate. Nearly a kilometer long, its obsidian hull absorbed rather than reflected light, creating the impression of a ship-shaped void in space. Its lines were smooth and predatory, suggesting speed and power in equal measure. But its true capabilities remained theoretical. Until now. "All department heads to command. Prepare for immediate launch protocol," Maya announced, her voice echoing through the base. 6 hours later, as the ocean parted above them, and the Guardian rose from the depths for the first time, Maya addressed her crew from the bridge. "You all know why we're here," she began, her voice calm but resolute. "An alien armada approaches Earth with unknown intentions, but we must assume the worst. For 15 years, we have prepared for this moment. The Guardian represents the pinnacle of human innovation. Technology reverse-engineered from the Roswell crash, combined with our own advancements in quantum mechanics and dark energy manipulation." She paused, allowing her gaze to sweep across the bridge crew, the best of the best, chosen from every nation on Earth. "Many believe we can't win against a civilization capable of crossing the stars. They're wrong. Humanity has always risen to challenges that seemed insurmountable. Today, we proved that again." As the Guardian ascended through the atmosphere, civilians across the globe pointed at the sky, capturing images of the massive ship that their governments had kept secret for so long. Social media exploded with theories, fears, and hope in equal measure. Earth's conventional military forces, fighter jets, carriers, missile installations, all stood ready, but everyone knew they were merely a backup plan. The Guardian was humanity's true defense. In orbit, Maya studied the tactical display showing the incoming alien fleet. They had accelerated, reducing the expected arrival time to just 48 hours. The implications were clear. They had detected the Guardian and were responding. "They're curious," observed Dr. Eliza Shepard, the ship's chief xenobiologist, "or threatened. Either way, they're coming faster now." "Good," Maya replied. "Let's meet them halfway." The Guardian's quantum drive engaged, creating a bubble of distorted space-time that propelled the ship forward at speeds that made conventional physics professors wake up in cold sweats. In just 6 hours, they would reach the outer edge of the alien formation. Maya spent those hours reviewing everything they knew about the visitors, which wasn't much. The ships appeared biological in nature, with irregular, almost organic shapes that defied traditional engineering principles. Energy readings suggested technology far beyond human understanding, but with patterns that hinted at specific vulnerabilities. "Captain," called Lieutenant Park from the sensor station. "I'm detecting communication attempts from the lead vessel." Maya nodded. "Put it through." The bridge speakers emitted a series of harmonic tones that somehow conveyed meaning despite having no linguistic structure humans could recognize. The ship's AI translated seconds later. "Subimet. Preserve. Absorb." The message repeated 3 times before falling silent. "Not exactly coming in peace, are they?" Commander Jackson, Maya's XO, remarked dryly. "Doesn't sound like it." Maya agreed. "Battle stations. Prepare primary defense systems and ready the Sunforge cannon." The Guardian's crew moved with practiced efficiency as they prepared for humanity's first interstellar conflict. The ship's revolutionary shield system, a lattice of quantum particles that could disperse energy across multiple dimensions, hummed to life. Weapon systems powered up, drawing energy from the ship's dark matter reactor. "We're within visual range," announced Lieutenant Park. The main view screen activated, and everyone on the bridge fell silent. The alien fleet stretched before them, vast beyond comprehension. The ships weren't mechanical as humans understood the term. They were alive, pulsing with bioluminescent energy in patterns that suggested complex thought. The lead vessel dwarfed the Guardian by at least 5 times. "They're scanning us," reported the tactical officer. "Our countermeasures are holding, but they're persistent." Maya stood from her captain's chair. "Open a channel." When the connection was established, she spoke clearly and without hesitation. "This is Captain Maya Chen of the Earth vessel Guardian. Your presence and communication suggest hostile intent. We request you alter course and depart this system immediately." For several long seconds, there was no response. Then the alien reply came. "Resistance unexpected. Curiosity. Testing." Before anyone could interpret this cryptic message, the lead alien ship fired. A beam of coruscating energy lanced toward the Guardian, striking its quantum shields with enough force to rock the massive vessel. "Shields holding at 82%, reported Tactical. That was just a fraction of their capability. Maya's expression hardened. "They're testing us, all right. Let's show them we're not as primitive as they think. Target the nearest support vessel. Fire the kinetic lances." The Guardian's main weapons, railguns operating on principles that accelerated projectiles to near-light speeds, discharged simultaneously. 4 streaks of brilliant blue light crossed the void, impacting the targeted alien vessel. The effect was immediate and dramatic. The organic hull ruptured, spewing a luminescent fluid into space as the ship listed to one side. Direct hit. Target's propulsion and weapon systems appear offline. The alien response was immediate. 20 ships broke formation, accelerating toward the Guardian with obvious intent. "Evasive maneuvers," Maya ordered. "Prepare to engage multiple targets." What followed was 40 minutes of the most intense combat humanity had ever experienced. The Guardian moved with impossible grace for such a large vessel, its quantum drive allowing it to appear almost anywhere in the battle space within seconds. The alien weapons, primarily energy-based with occasional volleys of what appeared to be living projectiles, were devastating but predictable. The Guardian gave as good as it got. Its kinetic weapons tore through the alien hulls, while defensive measures kept the ship intact despite increasingly coordinated attacks. But Maya knew they couldn't maintain this pace indefinitely. "Damage report," she called out after a particularly vicious exchange. "Shields at 41%, hull integrity at 87%. We've lost the starboard sensor array and 2 secondary weapons platforms. Engineering reports the quantum drive needs 15 minutes to cool down before another jump." Maya nodded grimly. They had bloodied the alien's nose, destroying 7 vessels and damaging at least a dozen more. But the main fleet remained intact, and the lead ship, clearly the command vessel, had yet to fully engage. "New transmission," Lieutenant Park announced, sounding puzzled. "It's different." The alien message filled the bridge. "Unexpected capability. Warship meant. proposal. Maya frowned. They want to talk. After all this, it could be a trap, Commander Jackson warned. Or they genuinely didn't expect us to be able to hurt them, Dr. Shepard countered. This could be first contact protocol kicking in once they realized we're not defenseless. Maya considered her options. The Guardian had performed admirably, but sustaining a battle against the entire fleet was impossible. If there was any chance of resolving this without further bloodshed, maintain defensive posture, but hold fire unless fired upon, she ordered. Let's hear them out. The communication that followed was unlike anything human linguists had ever encountered. Through a combination of mathematical concepts, visual imagery, and harmonic tones, the aliens conveyed their nature and purpose. They called themselves the Collective, a hive-mind species that expanded through assimilation rather than cooperation. They had encountered thousands of species across the galaxy, but few had offered meaningful resistance. Those that couldn't defend themselves were preserved, their genetic material and technology absorbed into the Collective while their civilizations were dismantled. They had come to Earth expecting another easy acquisition. The Guardian had changed their assessment. They're offering us a choice, Dr. Shepard translated as the message concluded. Submit to limited assimilation, giving them access to some of our technology and allowing them to establish outposts in our system, or face continued conflict. Maya's response was immediate. Inform them that humanity does not submit. We are willing to establish diplomatic relations as equals, but any attempt at assimilation will be met with the full force of our capabilities. As the Guardian hung in space, facing down an armada of alien vessels that stretched beyond visual range, Maya knew that humanity's future hung in the balance. The next few hours would determine whether Earth would remain free or face a war unlike any in human history. And unknown to the Collective, the Guardian still held its greatest weapon in reserve: defiance rising. The standoff lasted 23 minutes. Captain Maya Chen used every second, coordinating with Earth's governments and military commands, while her crew prepared for what would almost certainly be a resumption of hostilities. The Collective's offer, practically a demand for partial surrender, had been unanimously rejected by Earth's United Defense Council. All systems restored to 68% capacity, Commander Jackson reported. Quantum drive is back online. The Sunforge is charged and ready. Maya nodded, studying the tactical display. The alien fleet had rearranged itself during the ceasefire, forming a new configuration that her tactical officers were still trying to decipher. The damaged vessels had withdrawn behind the main force, while several previously unseen ships had moved to the front lines. They're bringing in their specialists, observed Lieutenant Kovic from Tactical. Those new vessels have different energy signatures, weapons platforms, most likely. Or worse, Dr. Shepard added. The Collective mentioned assimilation. Those could be designed to deploy boarding parties or some kind of biological agent. Maya's expression remained impassive, but her mind raced through scenarios and countermeasures. The Guardian was humanity's most advanced creation, but it was still just one ship against hundreds. Their only advantage was that the aliens seemed unwilling to simply obliterate Earth. They wanted to preserve and absorb, which meant restraint in their attack. They're moving, announced Lieutenant Park. Formation is collapsing. No, reshaping. They're creating a sphere around us. The view screen confirmed it. The alien vessels were positioning themselves in a perfect sphere with the Guardian at its center. A classic containment strategy, eliminating any possibility of escape. Or so they thought. Commence Operation Sunburst, Maya ordered calmly. Throughout the Guardian, crew members who had been awaiting this command sprang into action. In engineering, protective shields slid into place around the dark matter reactor as it began channeling energy in ways that conventional physics considered impossible. On the bridge, specialized controls emerged from previously hidden compartments. Transmitting battle plans to Earth forces now, the communications officer reported. All military satellites are repositioning as requested. Maya took a deep breath. What they were about to attempt had never been tested outside simulations. "The collective is transmitting again," Lieutenant Park announced. "They're confused by our preparations. I think they're trying to warn us." A series of urgent tones filled the bridge, translated moments later. DETCTED energy VULDUP. In keum pate idol with nenomin fe huias essays. CEACIMNEDOA. He eoid. Danger. Maya allowed herself a small smile. "They can sense what we're doing, but they don't understand it. That's our advantage. Initiate quantum fold." The Guardian's unique propulsion system, based partly on recovered alien technology, but developed beyond anything its original creators had imagined, activated. Space itself seemed to bend around the massive ship, creating a pocket dimension that temporarily removed the Guardian from normal spacetime. To the watching collective, the human vessel simply disappeared. "Fold successful," reported the navigation officer. "Relocating in 3, 2, 1. The Guardian reappeared directly behind the alien command ship, in the one blind spot their containment sphere had created. Before the collective could react, Maya gave her next order: "Deploy the Sunforge." The Guardian's hull split along previously invisible seams, revealing a weapon unlike any other in human history. Based on principles that manipulated the fundamental forces binding matter together, the Sunforge didn't fire projectiles or energy beams. Instead, it created a temporary fusion reaction, essentially a miniature star, at a precisely calculated point in space. In this case, directly inside the alien command ship's propulsion system. The effect was catastrophic for the collective vessel. As fusion ignited within its organic hull, the massive ship convulsed like a living thing in agony. Systems overloaded, structures failed, and cascading explosions rippled through its massive form. "Direct hit," Lieutenant Kovic reported, unable to keep the awe from his voice. "Their command ship is. It's coming apart, Captain." The collective's response was immediate and chaotic. With their central intelligence severely damaged, the remaining ships lost their perfect coordination. Some launched desperate attacks against the Guardian, while others attempted to assist their stricken flagship. "Earth forces are engaging outlying vessels," Commander Jackson reported. "Satellite defense grid is online and functioning at 94% efficiency." Maya had coordinated this precisely. While the Guardian engaged the command ship, Earth's conventional forces would target the smaller, more vulnerable alien vessels. Fighter squadrons launched from bases worldwide, armed with weapons specially designed based on data the Guardian had collected during the initial engagement. "The collective is broadcasting," Lieutenant Park announced. "It's different from before, less coherent." The message that played through the bridge speakers was fragmented, almost panicked. "Unexpected. Unprecedented. Recalculating. YTHDRAO. CONSENSUS required." Maya recognized the opportunity immediately. The collective operated as a hive mind, and they had just dealt it a severe blow. Its components were in disarray, unable to reach consensus. "Target their communication nodes," she ordered. "Every ship we can identify as a relay. Use the kinetic lances, maximum dispersion." The Guardian's secondary weapons systems fired, targeting not to destroy but to disrupt. As specialized projectiles impacted across the alien fleet, their communication capabilities degraded further. On Earth, military commanders watched in amazement as the seemingly invincible alien armada fell into disorganization. General Williams, coordinating the global defense from his command center, allowed himself a moment of pride. The Guardian was everything they had hoped it would be. For nearly 3 hours, the battle raged across Earth's orbital space. The Guardian moved with impossible precision, using its quantum fold capability to appear where it was least expected, striking critical targets before disappearing again. Earth's conventional forces proved surprisingly effective against the isolated alien vessels, their coordination and tactical flexibility compensating for technological disadvantages. Finally, what remained of the alien fleet began to retreat. Their perfect formation was gone, replaced by a scattered withdrawal as individual ships accelerated away from Earth. "They're leaving," Commander Jackson observed, the exhaustion in his voice matching what everyone on the bridge felt. "We actually did it." Maya wasn't ready to celebrate yet. Status of the command ship: heavily damaged but partially functional, Lieutenant Kovic reported. "It's withdrawing with the others, but much more slowly. We could finish it if you give the order." Maya considered this for a moment, then shook her head. "No, let it go. I want them to report back to whatever passes for their leadership." "Captain?" Commander Jackson questioned. Maya's expression was resolute. "They came here thinking. We were easy prey. I want them to tell others about what happened when they tried to assimilate humanity. The best defense against future threats isn't just our technology. It's our reputation." As the Guardian maintained position in Earth's orbit, Maya opened a channel to the retreating collective fleet. "This is Captain Chen of the Earth vessel Guardian. Your attempt to subjugate our world has failed. We offer this one-time opportunity to retreat without further engagement. Be advised that any future incursion into this system will be met with immediate and overwhelming force. Earth is not yours to take." The response, when it came, was brief but clear. "Acknowledged. Re-evaluation necessary." In the days that followed, celebrations erupted across Earth as the full story of the battle became known. The Guardian and its crew were hailed as heroes, symbols of humanity's ingenuity and determination. But for those who understood the implications, the celebration was tempered with sobering reality. Earth was not alone in the universe, and not all extraterrestrial civilizations came in peace. 1 month after the collective's retreat, the Guardian prepared for its first official mission beyond the solar system. Captain Maya Chen stood on the bridge, watching her crew at their stations, more confident now, veterans of a conflict that had defined human history. "New propulsion systems online," reported engineering. "Quantum sensors at maximum range. Earth Defense Fleet reports ready to assume orbital protection duties," added communications. The Guardian would no longer be Earth's only defense. Using technology derived from the ship and salvaged from damaged alien vessels, humanity was building a fleet of its own. Less advanced than the Guardian, perhaps, but formidable nonetheless. "Captain," Commander Jackson said quietly, standing beside her chair. "Do you think they'll be back?" Maya's expression was thoughtful. "Not the collective, not for a long time, at least. We hurt them badly, and hive minds have long memories. But there are others out there. Some worse, some better." She turned to face the main view screen, where Earth slowly rotated against the backdrop of stars. "That's why we're going out there. Not just to explore, but to make it clear to everyone in this galaxy. Humanity is not to be trifled with." As the Guardian's quantum drive engaged, creating a corridor through space-time itself, Maya felt a profound sense of pride. Humanity had faced its first true extraterrestrial threat and emerged not just victorious, but stronger. The ship under her command was proof of what humans could achieve when pushed to their limits. Innovation born of necessity, courage born of determination. The stars beckoned, and humanity, no longer naive about its place in the cosmos, was ready to answer.